on Silencer's shoulders in this game, but it is played by Zai. I'm going to go with DK for this one, though. I like their draft a little bit more well-rounded, a lot more AoE and damage.
All right, well, I'm going to bet my first panel MMR points, and I'm going to go for Evil Geniuses. Zai on the support Silencer. It's going all the way to the final. So here we go. We're heading over to the commentators now to bring us the second game. Can EG close it into?
Well, that is the question which we're looking to find the answer for. EG versus DK, game number 2 on W1, joined by Cinderin. As we come back here, into the game we go for game number 2. Cinderin, thoughts, quickly, draft laning, what are we thinking?
I have no idea.
My confidence is amazing with you
This
right
is
now.
very creative from both sides. So, like the panel said, it's kind of hard to call an obvious advantage for either side at this point. I think I would completely agree with the verdict that Silencer is going to play a crucial role in this game because a lot of DK's team fight revolves around, of course, casting those team fight abilities. Silencer is great against Timbersaw with Last Word. If he can get that in a crucial moment, Ice will not be able to chain his abilities correctly. And of course, the global silence, if it comes out before the ship comes in from land, and that could work very well for them. On the other side, though, DK, they just have so many ways of dealing with EG's what seems to be a push strat again, which can also go into late game. They've got great mid-game push with Prophet, of course, Abaddon to keep heroes going with the Dragon Knight in the front lines. But DK have great wave clear and a lot of damage overall.
Yeah, that they do, man. Both teams have got so many high points. I love the fact that we keep bringing up heroes like, for example, Kunkka the ship and things like this. When you're also...
Kunkka. The guy's actually here. His first LAN event. Kunkka is at TI4, so...
Sorry, I have to do the Australian inflection. Even if it's not the Australian
just tell him,
inflection.
you don't know how to say your name.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. It's Kunkka. Sorry, just to sound a little bit more Aussie. But yeah, we have Silence as well as Kunkka coming in towards the mix-up here, and they're like the key big abilities for the team fights, obviously next to Chrono and other things, but these are the two supports playing big roles. Now, we've got the supports just playing with each other on the bottom lane, so we get an aggro tri-lane coming out here from DK, where we have a defensive lane out here from EG. The problem for EG is they're trying to sentry ward up to try and find the dire sentry ward, which is going to be blocking their pull spot. But they've only got one of those wards left here from Zai. So they've got to be very, very careful with their positioning. And the choices could be, like, is there a ward inside the lane which is watching us? So do we try and de-ward over on the area where they're currently fighting? Or do they try and look for the pull point instead? Now, MMY is taking a lot of damage here, dropping down to 230 life points, but it's just reflected out. And PPD goes for the shield to start with, just to make sure that Zai's got that protection.
I think the main problem for DK in this bottom lane is, I think EG's lane's just flat out better. Like, if you want to initiate into this trial lane that EG have with this kind of trial lane, the only setup you have is concussive shot into Torrent, which is unreliable already.
Yep. But
the other side has Abaddon's Aphotic Shield, so you can just break the concussive shot when you see it flying. You can disengage or you can engage as you please. You're also playing double range support, double ranged hero on the lane against only one ranged hero for DK. So I think EG's bottom lane is a lot better. It looks like DK agree. They've already chosen to rotate. They don't need the Void Skywrath down here.
Oh,
they're
bottom
rotating
lane,
Lanham.
they're looking right on top of Burning. Mason starts the link, and he has to leave himself away. I kind of also want to flag, like, with the out the kill on the bottom lane, unless Burning is going to get completely over-aggressive. What's happening up on the top lane? Ice was able to actually drag his creep wave over towards the Centaur camp. Managed to get a little bit of it gone, but Universe is kind of like forced to come even closer towards the Timbersaw, and closer towards what's more dangerous. 1, the Timbersaw, and 2, the tree line. Even though there's no point up in that Timber chain just yet here from Ice, because he knows he can just go straight up against Universe, it's still going to be a massive problem for heroes like Nature's Prophet, because you don't have the protection of Sprout TP out.
He could use some protection right now, I think. There comes the concussive shot. Will there be a torrent from Lanham as well? Universe. Easy dodge off to the side. That's the problem with this combo. Kunkka generally... Damn it, Toby. Kunkka generally wants to set up with some sort of reliable stun, so you can easily land the torrent or disruption from Shadow Demon, something like that. And Skywrath just doesn't have that, so this is a little bit of a weird duo. And he doesn't even have mana for the jump, actually. But.
Yeah, but that's what I was looking for PPD to get in front of him to start with the body block, and then Zai can beat into him. Now Burning actually comes back into the engagement. There's movement coming up the lane, but Mason will not get there in time. Even with a plasma field, maybe there would be enough damage. He puts the shield up in Mason, he pops underneath the tower. Burning's gone. That's why he has to leave himself away there. Evades the attack while up on top lane. We've got Nature's Prophet. Universe able to TP himself away to safety. With no steal on MMY, they cannot stop him.
The big story right now of this game, though, I think is the mid lane, in which Mushi is is getting a good lead here against Arteezy's Dragon Knight, which is one of Arteezy's better heroes, so DK are definitely going to be happy with how much farm they're getting on the Wind Ranger here, but I'm curious to see what DK are going to transition this into, like how to use a farm Wind Ranger. He's actually going really aggressive here. We'll go for the Shackle as well!
What? That range!
Not have the mana for a power shot.
That's range right there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, what's interesting too is that DK, they realized that this bottom lane isn't working out for them. So I think it's a good call for them to rotate around, but the thing is, the lane they're reinforcing is Timbersaw versus Prophet, which is a lane that Timbersaw just traditionally wins. The way Prophet wins the lane is usually by harassing the enemy hero with Treants. But when you have reactive on, it's basically helping you out. So it's kind of pointless to harass the Timber, so it just gets free farm. And this trade-off, I don't think is, I would say this favors EG for sure. They are holding down the Void, who can of course be a good offlane hero. But the trade-off is farm on Timber and Wind Ranger, who, yes, they will do well in the mid-game, but when you go later on into the game, I think EG might have got off to a better start here.
I just want to flag an item which is over on Universe. He's currently just walking around with a very early chainmail, so we're not going to be seeing a Hannah Midas rush. More than likely, he's just going to be building up the Meg. Now, there's a lot of pressure on the top lane. Or a Medallion, that's another option too. But that means they've got to be looking to really capitalize on having that. And that's going to be so easy.
Tower is under attack.
Going to see, this might actually just turn into a tower trade. So DK will secure this tower, the first tower of the game 5 minutes in. See where they get the last. So it's going to be almost denied there by Universe. Actually pursuing Lanham!
What are you... He was really getting up in the face right then of Universe, and he's going to have a crack. Torrent will go, very unreliable. Actually went X for the second, then the shield instantly does more damage to Lamb than he actually did over towards the Abaddon. And ISO will just take himself away to safety, and the bottom tier 1 tower will now go down. Burning can't get denied, and unfortunately being a melee hero can't just snipe it from range. So it's a tower for a tower.
Yeah, pretty silent game so far, apart from the towers falling. Mushi still doing a great job here in mid. He will actually start to put a little bit of pressure on the mid tier 1 here with Arteezy being forced slightly back, waiting for his bottle to come back out on the courier as Ice going for a dive top lane, almost bringing down PPD here. But now he's out of mana, has to go back, and they're leaving Zai to get a little experience top, which I think is a great call here. Silencer as a support kind of falls off heavily in the early parts of the mid game if you don't have global silence. There are a lot of other supports that can be very useful without levels, but Silencer is one of those where you really need the ultimate. Of course, alternative heroes that do great without level 6 would be someone like Jakiro or Earthshaker, who can actually do a lot with their spells. Silencer I wouldn't really put in that category.
And EG's been really on top of the runes there. Universe just sent one Treant down south to deny up the rune. Arteezy was put the rune up on top, but unfortunately it's going to be down the 5 points coming close, but then Dragon Tail stunned. Mushi cursed up. This could be first blood.
Oh, the block!
Mana, he's body blocking him in, and now the concussive shot from MMY. Trying to force him back. Mushi still with mana and starting to get bottle charges off. He's looking for a shackle, unable to latch it onto Arteezy though. He just got to breathe fire for his troubles. But he had a very quick moment then when Zai possibly could have taken the kill. But there was no support coming in. In fact, Rockberry making the TP over the river
Dyer's
now.
middle tower
And
is
similar
under
to how
attack.
they gave Zai a little bit of experience in the top lane, it's now going to be Lamb for DK
Bottom lane,
space.
bottom lane, the Chrono's off. Mason, Timber chain through, there's first blood. And the Razor will go down here. Burning and Ice comboing up. As
good rotation.
EG came and kept their attention elsewhere in the middle lane.
Very good rotation there, securing the first blood. The question is what it's going to cost them in the mid lane here, as EG already banging on the tower. That was really close, but now Mushi has exposed himself.
Oh! Kill goes the other way. EG takes one up, and now in comes Ice right in the back there of the DK. He's looking for a courier kill. One more attack is not enough. Courier loses 11 life points. It's a good thing he's not affected by poison. And they're going to back themselves up. So a 1-for-1 trade, the 2 mid solos go down, but the tier 1 tower for DK does remain up in the mid.
Slight win for DK perhaps here. It's kind of hard to conclude anything on that. They will be getting this tower soon enough, EG I think, but at the very least for DK they didn't lose it just yet. And with the gank bottom, Burning is starting to get a little bit more space. We might see him going for an early, or it's not an early Midas, but all things considered, it could be pretty early here. He has to go for the recipe in a moment. And giving Lanham all the space they did, he almost has level 6 on the Kunkka, which is a very, very good level 6 support. don't underestimate how powerful he is with level 2 X-Mark, Ghost Ship, as well as the Torrent. If he has full mana, he's even getting arcade moves now. Mana is not going to be a problem.
Wanted to flag just a very, very small thing, but Arteezy coming in towards that middle lane. Mushi saw the TP on the way in, so what he basically did was power shotted Arteezy the second he arrived. Arteezy the second he arrived, after the damage was done, he actually used his bottle charge. Went straight back up to full life as well as mana because he used his freeze fire at the same time. Very, very efficient movement coming out there from Arteezy in the mid up against Mushi.
All the details matter. They're going to be using whatever they have against each other here, as it is a pretty high-profile match, I guess that's fair to say. Of course, the winner, correct me if I'm wrong, the winner of this matchup is guaranteed top 3. Since if you go to the winners bracket finals, the loser of that will face off against.
You are 100% correct, Sid.
So they're playing for a lot right here. A top 3 finish guaranteed for the winner, of course, will be meeting Newbie.
It also means like you have the potential to have the easy path to the grand final. I said the easy path. You still, like, if you win 2 best of 3s, it's the 2 biggest best of 3s of your life. You win that, you're straight to the grand final, and more importantly, you have 2 days to rest out. Now, middle lane, there's a bit of seal coming out, and I see into Dragon Town with Dragon Ball.
Venom just hit level 6. This is trouble.
In they come, and well, they get it closer, but Arteezy, he tried back in. The ship's on the way in from Lam, as you said, but it's actually going to be a complete fail boat. Going in between the EG lineup. And Ice, they're trying to bend on top of this tier 1 tower, but it's so difficult when PPD's there to help them.
This tower is gone.
Yep. They fortify though. They're still trying to defend. Turret spam, whatever else they've got. I believe they find time for the Hand of Ice Farm to avoid the bottom lane, but that mid-tier 1 tower is gone in there.
It's so hard to deal with a Dragon Knight with an Abandon behind him. So the one thing DK has, they have a lot of spread damage, but as far as single target goes, not just yet. Burning will need to get big for that so they can kill off the Dragon Knight with that. And if they don't have single target, Arteezy can just go in the front with a Baton behind him, and all this spread damage doesn't really matter. Torrent here from Baton is going to connect, but the haste already taken here by Arteezy, so. Second tower of the game for EG now brought down. What's the trade-off? Burning got his Midas, a little bit of more free farm down here in the bottom lane. I'm looking for Burning to be a little bit more mobile here. I think they need the Chronosphere to be used a couple of more times to secure themselves a little more advantage. And especially if they can get Ice off to a good start, perhaps actually the real damage they have against Dragon Knight. Don't underestimate the Whirling Death against Strength Heroes. It is very powerful.
At the same time, might also be the reason why Dragon Knight was picked up as opposed to like the really, really high life point style heroes, because that Dragon Blood's actually some good protection against him too. That's up against the Timbersaw, of course. One major thing I'm still searching for is the combination of Skyrath. Skyrath and Point, you don't have that level 6 out from Skyrath just yet, so you don't have the Chrono directly into Ultimate and 100% secured kill. It just doesn't exist there. They need to have that combo.
I think in both these games so far, MMY has actually sacrificed himself a lot in the early game in terms of levels. Last game he was also very low level on the Shadow Shaman.
Mason's too far.
But this time maybe he can get some experience out of this. It's really important for DK that this gank does not fail.
Yeah. They need to hit everything they've got. The major problem is the fact that PPD is just sitting on the side. So the second they try to initiate in over on Mason, who's still got like just over 1100 life points, you're going to have a real difficult time finishing the execution.
Oh, this could be perfect timing for them though. PPD just left. He TP top here to start to help out Arteezy push out this lane and put some pressure there against Ice. So should they find Mason here, the ping's actually coming out from Mushi. Will they be able to catch him?
He's not in range for
X. Look like, oh, he took the wrong way. Mushi's coming in for the shackle.
And that's going to be Mason locked in the trees where it is most definitely not safe. Pushed up in the air and they commit the ship. They actually had to do that with the Magic 1 charges going on now. Towards the top lane, looking at PPD, Chakram off mark. He's still going himself a Timber Tank, he's saving this just in cases. And actually walks to the Radiant side of the wave, because Arteezy is trying to solo up the tier 1 tower. So Ice playing this the creep skip game, and the rest of EG is trying to force out the tier 1 tower. But no backdoor regeneration for tier 1 towers. They know this is possible, but they're also underneath the DK tier 1 tower. TP support could change this up very, very quickly, but it looks like DK just wanting to trade. Random Burning, MMY, all attacking that tier 1 tower in the bottom lane after the tier 1 tower has gone down.
Yeah, they're not getting the trade though. With that Nature's Prophet Ultimate, EG got a 1-for-0 trade here on towers, so good call from EG there to actually go for this rotation with the Abaddon to secure the top lane. And well, where are we going for EG here? You were right about Universe. He did go for the fast connect. Ice going in for this. I don't know if they have the damage actually bring down Universe. Oh, really, really close.
With the Urn damage ticking him down as well, there's the Urn which is on the Timbersaw, so we have a fighting build coming out from Ice. Before he finished up the Bloodstone, he wanted to have the Urn charges. But he almost had enough damage to get through him, but you're right.
Lanham has the shield. Zai is so dead. He is so gone.
Look at Lanham. He's going to give him a torrent as well, and the ship to boot. So Zai goes down, and Conker takes the kill.
4-1 for DK. But they're barely ahead in this game.
Yeah.
By a slight bit of, a decent bit of experience, but the gold still favoring EG, of course, with the tower advantage they have. They're 2 towers ahead, pardon me. So, again, a fairly even early game like in the previous game we had, and I'm curious to see where DK go from here, actually. For me, EG seem a little more obvious what choice what they want to do with their strategy, but this third pick Wind Ranger from Mushi that they picked up for DK, I'm curious to see what their plan is here.
Well, we haven't even seen an item pick up from apart from the mech, so if you're getting a mech, you're looking to do early team fight. It's literally that simple. And the fact you got Urn and mech already up, it means DK need to group up. You need to have more than 4 kills to make this item build really worthwhile. So it doesn't exist right now. I suppose that it's still, we're 4 kills ahead. Like, this is looking good for DK, especially when Arteezy tries to fight directly up against the Timbersaw, which he knows he won't be able to kill. At least not solo. They're gonna X, Torrent, PPD, he's got ulti. So the one thing they could do is attempt to trigger the ultimate, but that's all they're gonna get out of it.
Yeah, they don't really have a solution to the Abaddon. I think that's one of the concerns here for DK. Well, they have one, I guess. Well, with a little bit of a stretch, maybe 2. You could Chronosphere him up so he can't cast anything, and you have the Silence from the Skywrath, but I don't think he's going to expose himself to the Silence. So you're going to need the Void to jump in for the Chrono, or you're going to need to burst down whoever you catch from the Chrono really fast, but I think at this point, DK do not have the damage they need, and another thing we haven't talked too much about, Timbersaw and Void actually don't have the best of synergy. Timbersaw wants to jump in on top of the target, and you can't do that inside the Chrono. I think this is another thing.
Chakram, but that's basically it.
Yeah, and that's really underwhelming compared to the entire kit of Timbersaw. And DK, I think, ran a very similar draft to this earlier in the tournament with Timber and Void on the same team. I think they lost that game as well. Oh, it's another minus.
Yeah, let them continue, man. Let them continue. It's 1 for either side, 1 for Universe and 1 over for Burning. As far as other major items coming up, I'm still just watching the timing of the Bloodstone for Ice. Because he needs 1 more item, he's basically dead. But he can pull the energy booster out from his Arcane Boots. And then you're going to see DK
really fairly early Bloodstone, actually. Oh, bottom lane. Well, yeah. It's just a bait from Zai. Okay.
Yeah, that Shackle's a little bit off mark. And now, Ice. He got silenced up after he came in. There's no Whirling Death. He's got no Timber Chain, and he's down. Ice picked up on the bottom lane. Universe able to get the sprout off of Mushi. He's TPing himself away to safety. He's out. Mushi, knowing how to escape from EG, has proved it in game number 1. And happening again here in game number 2. But they did still lose the Timbersaw. So
get 1 kill for the global. I think EG are not happy.
Arteezy, Chrono coming in for Burning, and Skywrath, there's no one. He's keeping the skill on Arteezy and the ship from Lanham. Everything they've got, they throw into the DK. But that thing's still...
I don't think Mushi can defend this at all. The early mech from Universe being popped here. They have great pushing potential. Of course, the drops by Mason could be used here as well for a little bit of extra attack speed. But yeah, overall, if they don't get the tower here, they at least get a lot of damage done to them.
Yeah, even to Mushi, that Plasma Field was able to connect just then. And now the TP's cursed. Nice Shackle this time coming out from Mushi on a PPD. Zai getting shredded up right now, but there's enough life with Skywrath trying to take it away, and they got him! The TP unable to complete PPD's ultimate will protect him as well. So they're both out, well, one's out to safety at least, the other one going down, almost out to safety.
So they lost 2/3 of the tower. Pretty good defense by DK, I think. I was expecting that tower to go down considering how much momentum EG had going for them there, but did manage to finish it off. The kill on Arteezy, I think, particularly important right now to delay his BKB a little bit, which it looks like he's going for. He would have had it by now if he hadn't died there, I think. Very close to that. So, and that's a good item against DK when you look at it. They actually can't kill anyone in BKB.
Having a crack at Mason right now. He's still got that ultimate up, but Ice just going to walk his way out. The Urn was ticking down Mason as well, but Ice knew he was kind of running out of mana and extra abilities to get kills here, so focus on making sure that the Razor has to go back to base, which means the tier 1 tower gets to be brought down by focus fire of Mushi. And of course the Great Wave.
I'm really not sure how DK are going to handle when the BKB start coming up on the Radiant side in this game. With Dragon Knight getting the first one very soon, The only source of damage they have when he's in BKB is Focus Fire from Wind Ranger and a bit of damage from the Void. Their entire Timber Saw as well as Kunkka combo is built around the enemy not being magic immune. And they don't have a good way of forcing out the BKB either. The only real way they force it is by jumping in the Void and Chrono. And that's fine, yeah, that's why.
Mushi's going to look for a good shackle right now, and of course the Void when he TPs in, we're going to watch that Chrono too.
DK are feeling very confident here and with good reason.
Yeah, she saw Ice. He was back at base, and he knew he had to get out there to fight straight away. So he actually regenerated some slide points on top of Clarity, so the rest of the work will be done on the way back out to mid-tier 2 tower. Because his TP was also on cooldown, so that wasn't an option. But look where Zai is. He's so far back. He's just sitting down here in the little tree line in the corner here to make sure, yep, back into the box. Just so he can get the ultimate off. Now, having a crack in middle lane. There goes your global stars, but Arteezy already been picked up and thrown down with the ship. The Curse of the Sun been thrown towards Lanham, and now faces Boy, jumps in. 2-man Chrono, Mesa getting nuked down by MMY. The move over to Arteezy with the shield is over him. They get difficult to kill the shackle and aim the life there from Mushi and burning. He has to backtrack to Batman. There she kept him alive long enough. Arteezy triggers the BKB, running over life, looking for another kill. Mushi again being cursed up. Shackle coming off cooldown from him. They throw the high ground. Ice, able to typically clear his way out of this one. He's locked in position. They bring him down with the last free fire from Arteezy.
And DK lose another tower here.
Radiant's top tower
It's kind of a time
attack.
game right now where DK just want to stay in it, but should they start losing their map control against a lineup with Prophet, it's going to be really scary for them to go anywhere outside the map.
And you're watching, PPD was just sitting in the middle lane. Didn't care. He's got ultimate, so he just sat there, farming up. Didn't care if Mushi or Lanham came after him. Realized with the amount of control that those two have, they actually can't kill off PPD. The amount of damage they've got, they definitely can't kill off PPD.
So another thing we haven't talked so much about is, should we go like in the previous game? Do you want to start counting cores? Last time around we had an Ursa, this time we have a Kunkka.
The problem with the late game in this one is that you can start counting cores, but the main man in the late game that's going to make any kind of major difference is Universe. Universe is going to be your primary guy. He's a guy who built mechs, but is now going in for an Orchid with a double robe, which is a rather unusual way of going into your Orchid build. But the fact you've actually got
a shackle on Arteezy.
Right. He doesn't have enough damage, even with the power shot and focus fire.
He's going to have to probably BKB TP soon if Mushi keeps going for this, because there is backup coming in. Kind of a mind game here. No, never mind.
When you're running with a Prophet also on the field, you've got to be careful. Like, I know he's got mech as well as bottle. Meanwhile, up on top lane, there's Universe getting nuked down. And that's that combo. That was the combo we talked about almost 10 minutes ago. Just a simple Chrono into the Mystic Flare, and you know 100% that is going to go down. Actually, even the DK should technically almost be 100%.
20-minute Midas on Razor.
What is with this?
They're playing for the late game.
Yeah.
We're in for the long haul for this game, I think. Neither team looks to be in a position to end this remotely soon. Well, if it is, it's EG. Their item build.
Ready. Actually, that mana spend there from Arteezy. He's still got enough for his Dragon Form into a stun. And he's got 6-1 charges. That's also the reason why he's probably spraying it out. He has the rest of EG coming up behind him. It's a 5-man movement from EG on the bottom lane. And Ice with a Chakram is keeping him out. Or as much as he possibly can. That blood regeneration to a nice now. Mushi. He's already used Wind Run, so it's difficult to actually got no mana for a mech. He can't use it. All charging up. He's still short. He goes down to the silencer. The chip kept the rest of EG out. And, well, Ice having to tip himself away to safety as the Tier 2 tower takes a fall. Burning is continuously farming up on top. He doesn't want to come back. Corner for 27 seconds. Arteezy. He's in very, very deep behind with a blast to the free fire. Lanham 6 charges. Not enough to keep him in. And EG, they're up on the high ground. 21 minutes in. Midas or no Midas.
It's pretty amazing to see how they're playing this. They're building a 20-minute Midas on Razor, and then they're like, okay, guys, we've got Midas, let's push. We have
6 seconds on Chrono. Burning. They're trying to get a little bit more space for him. They can try and find this one. MMY, he's got his own number as well. So they can nuke down. He's already half-life, but Ice dropping very, very low. The bottom tier 3 tower almost gone. Dead to Rising is now the boy jumps in. 3-man Chrono. Arteezy primary focus here. Where is MMY's ultimate? He's not using it. The shield came up. And the combo was never there from the Skywrath. So now Chrono is down again.
excellent global silence from Zai. They couldn't pull it off. They jumped in. It was a great Chrono. Immediate counterplay from Zai. It was almost like EG wanted to get caught there.
Yeah.
They knew if the moment they get the global silence off, again, the physical damage isn't there yet for DK. So if they're global, they can't really fight. And I was saying this could be a long game, and the reason was he picked up that Midas. Like, their lineup is actually tailored to start pushing here, but the Midas made me think that EG want to go for the late game. But you know what? This is a really intelligent way of playing. It's like, we know we're ahead, and we actually think we're strong enough to push without items that are valuable right now. So we're going to build for the later stage in the game when we need a bigger lead than the one we have right now, which is to get the racks and the tier 4s later on. So
you know, when your timing push
like
comes at 25, like you have like an Aghanim Scepter over a Mason kind of example?
Yeah, it's pretty close right now. The Midas definitely hasn't paid for itself just yet, but I'm imagining, yeah, let's see. We're going to be looking at some minutes still before it has, but if they don't need it right now, what's the issue?
My major thing I'm still looking at is the fact that DK, okay, the Bloodstone is great for the Timber Saw. The regeneration with 8 charges is pretty dangerous. But there's no kills coming in. We have an Urn and we have a Bloodstone. Both work when ISI is alive and around kills. And so far, DK don't really have an opening for that. Not unless they're really not getting a better trade. Look at Mushi. Just like,
oh, he had vision there!
He's looking around. The Timber Chain will come up. Universe, the next charge comes up. It's not enough. And PPD, and very, very close. Mushi making the burst down. That new Maelstrom over on him. Some extra damage.
That ward right there. That's a kill.
Someone's asking for help. And DK's going to push in through the bottom lane now. ISI can give very, very quick momentum in towards that tier 2 tower. And this is something which EG can't really ignore. Because ISI just comes up, he tanks up the creep wave, so the reactive armor charges are already up, but it's not a full maximum because he doesn't have level 4 on it. But he knows that if EG initiate on him, he's going to be very, very healthy. Now, Mason comes in with the end of his ultimate showing. Whereas DK just back up, forcing a TP out from Arteezy and buying more space for Burning, who's got a BKB, Hand of Midas, Mask of Madness, and will be looking for a damage-dealing item coming up next. And almost in front of the net worth of Arteezy.
Oh my god, where did this come from?
He bought it almost, but he don't even direct. He built one Urn and the Treads before he finished up the Aghanims over on Zai, and that's level 2 ultimate as well.
This is the position 4 support with a 24-minute Ags on Matanza, who is generally a pretty poor farmer unless you play him in that position 1 role. Isn't fast at farming the jungle.
PPD's in trouble on bottom lane. X marks, Torrent, they're waiting as long as they possibly can. Have to let the shield trigger out. How are they supposed to be killing him?
Oh, he missed the chain!
Oh, he missed it! He's in trouble! He's in a lot of trouble. Curse, but someone's going to beat that Timber Chain. He's got to pull 2 seconds. The ship's coming in. It hits on Zai, and they're keeping the important one out. The man who can silence the Torrent from Lano. The great support coming in. Meanwhile, in middle lane, Mushi as well as MMY battling up against Mason, and Burning is still farming and pushing on top. While the bottom lane, are they actually turning to try and fight on this one? No, they're TPing out. And they'll let Burning finish the tier 2 tower top lane.
That was a pretty big distraction from DK that they managed to get so many heroes down there. They secure themselves a tier 2 for free and almost a tier 1 in mid. This is a great play from them, and this is the kind of stuff they need. When EG has a pushing lineup or such great teamfight presence as they do right now, you need to try to split them up so they don't get to reach your base, which is exactly what they're trying to do right now with 3 heroes bottom. But they can't afford to send their entire team down there with ISI pushing mid and Burning who just pushed top. They have a little bit of defensive work to do first, and they're actually just giving away their tier 1 mid here. Pretty surprising that EG are just willing to sacrifice this, even using the glyph, but no one has the TP to go for the deny.
Especially knowing the timing of all of this. Like, the difference between this push and the last push is one, EG had more numbers pushing in through the bottom lane, and the second thing was, you didn't have Chrono. There was no Chrono from DK, so they couldn't just fight straight away. And that was the reason why EG got away with so much. The DK, they came back with a Chrono this time around, and they were ready to fight. It's a really, really smart move here. They smoke up and they move around. This Observe Ward from the Radiant side is still up on the cliff, so they'll see people behind him. Stuns on Mushi with the flank coming in. Zai, they're looking for the silencer. They need him. He does.
Oh, Noble!
Straight away with the Chrono. BKB protects Burning. He's just bashing down on top of Zai. He's not even fighting in front of his Chrono. He's using the build to the Razor. He did so much. The Iron is not going to work. Zai silenced up, locked in position as well. There's no casualties yet for EG. Universe is also being silenced up, but he's going to back up, and they're looking to go up. The melee Rex, they need the creep wave to arrive, but look where the creep wave's going. MMY.
Oh, what a play from MMY!
Hold the creep wave down. Universe is coming in. He'll put the Sprout as well as the Orchid out, but this is worth it. The Shackle is there. The Zoring has followed Mushi. He's shackled all the way from the base just there. Arteezy, he's on top of Mushi. The silence is there. They get themselves a kill. ISI, the Torrent again going to work here from Lano. He's doing some heavy lifting here for the DK lineup, but he needs to still find some collateral kills. Shot as well the Chakra from X-Mark spot. He'll be pulling it back right now, but he's shielded up by the LOA. Protection is just so high for EG.
that chronosphere. If that would have clipped the silencer, that would have been a lot better. But also surprising for me that... Who's that? That was Burning. So the chrono didn't hit silencer, and the global had already been used, and he goes for that target. Instead of getting someone inside the chrono, bashing him down and securing a kill, he goes for arguably the least important kill. Since the global was already used, it didn't really matter. So a little bit of a weird choice from Burning there to not prioritize one of the other heroes. I'm not sure who he could have gone for, though. That's kind of the problem playing against DG's lineup. They're all so damn tanky.
Especially like when you have Nature's Prophet who can come in range, then
Prophet you could maybe kill. He just flies back and comes in.
Yeah. But when you got LOA also, like if you get LOA outside the chrono, he's just going to shield up whoever's there, heal them up as well. This was the combo which, like, it was brought up during the drafting stage. You know when the chrono comes off, you need to basically kill someone off straight away. And the LOA stops that completely, because he gives you health and he gives you protection. And he even gives you some bounce damage back again. With all of these things there, the Void it's very, very difficult to get like a straight up kill.
Top tower
And Burning, a Maelstrom is there, but he needs more than this.
He definitely does. I don't even know if Maelstrom was the right choice in this game, because again, I think it's not magical damage they're lacking. They need something physical so that they can actually control this Dragon Knight who's going in front. But then again, what would you build? Arteezy has 37 armor? Okay, that's quite a lot, and 1700 health, so... Once he's in BKB, you're actually not going to kill him no matter what item Burning has right now. So perhaps this is a better choice for now, and then you just need to ignore the Dragon Knight and try to kill the other heroes. There is no way you're killing the DK unless if you chrono him without BKB on, then you can spell burst him, and then the Maelstrom could be useful.
Well, everyone's going to back up for now. We're still only sitting at 18 kills for almost a 30-minute game here, and you could just see, even just the games today from the semifinals, you've seen just how different these battles are. Sometimes it's just all about decision making. Hold the line and make sure you have a good run. Don't make big mistakes.
Oh, Arteezy with the Dragon Palm. Oh, they forced him in the wrong way.
You need to go there. He went to the side. They Dragon Tail an illusion of Mushi. And now they've used Frost Dragon Form. They want to go high ground, but there's only one creep with them. Even another Wind Ranger illusion being running around the back end, and it's a fake.
Oh, the ward immediately, or not immediately placed. This has actually been there for about 4 minutes. Scouting out EG very nicely here.
Well, they're going back to a region because they went in through the mid before, which means he can keep the attack going, but a good shackle on Arteezy and Mason. Nice, now you cornered. Jump in, he got PPD as well as Universe, and look at him, he's focusing down the LOA, but the ulti will trigger. Mason, time up from Burning. He tries to buy some more space here. Ice. Changes up the CKT, we're protecting him, and he gave so much damage to Mason. And they come back into the fight. Mushi, low on life, Lam caught in the trees, down to right. And they focus on the racks. The Sharkum is still in the middle of nowhere. Goes from the buyback, and she comes from DK, TPing the tier 2 tower. So it'll take some time before Arteezy can arrive. But I think the primary purpose is right now capitalize by Skywrath down while Chrono is down, while the Conker's also on the sidelines.
And another great global coming out from the silencer by Zai there. And again, a weird target for Burning. He gets the Chrono and he focuses the Abaddon, who he definitely cannot kill. I mean, sure, you force out the borrowed time, but it didn't even bring him down. So it's basically wasted time. And DK are now in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, DK is going to force this out. 17 seconds to the on Burning. Silent stuff, but look at Arteezy. He's just man-fighting him up. The shackle from Mushi is nice. There's not enough to stop the kill. And Arteezy backing up. He's sealed as well. The Void, he bought back into this game. This may be enough if EG can get out without having any collateral kills.
And even got the tower with the trance.
Wow.
They're getting everything. Good Torrent.
Now maybe they can be a follow-up. Ice. They jump in with the Skywrath Mage Ultimate. And Silencer it's just straight buybacks. They do not want to stop this one. Arteezy's ulti is coming off cooldown now. And Mason just needs some mana. And they're good to go. They can just go again up through mid.
They'll be good to go too, though. So.
Really caught out. Again, that 4-star.
He's got no buyback. He can't afford it.
With no ship, this is going to be a really difficult fight to beat.
That's another lane. I don't think they stand a chance without the gold ship. They can't survive these fights. If they can, they can't kill anyone, so... Arteezy will just lead the charge. He's not next to any trees, so Ice is not that scary.
There's no Mystic Flare. They can't actually nuke anybody down, even if they get caught inside the Chrono, let alone they haven't had success with that beforehand. But still 24 seconds until Conqueror is up. The DK ultimate is now halfway through his duration. Gets the stun over on MMY. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Just takes the kill. Looks like he doesn't care about DK. They're just heroes on the map, but they attack like creeps against this DK. And now Mason comes up high ground too. Where is this man's ultimate? He's still short of mana. 5 more mana and he can let it rip. He can let it rip. but he's also 5 gold away from having an Aghanim Scepter. He's letting it out of boy jumps in. Chrono, he's attacking Mason. It's not enough damage on him. Even with the BKB, Mason only goes down half life, and they go into the crowd. Universe is doing time to shift the turret. Oh! And there comes in from Lanham. Maybe the savior here for DK, but it's not really enough. Side, locked in the trees, forced up as he's breaking it. He denies himself with the Bloodstone, but they've lost the mid-ranks. The Babaev's coming out from the Timbersaw. He can look towards TPD with the X-Marks. Where is it? Who's he going for? Dragging them back, and it's going to be on Universe. No TP out. Now he's into the attempt, but not enough. They are still, however, a mid-ranked and a bottom-ranked up here, EG. They may have had some losses, but it's worth it, especially with the buybacks coming out from DK.
EG's decision-making in this game is absolutely phenomenal. They're making all the right calls about when to go. These buybacks might seem like absolute, rage buybacks, but they make perfect sense in every situation. They buy back instantly because they know they have an advantage that they can force. They immediately go into mid lane, they take the second lane of barracks, and at this point, I don't know how DK can possibly come back into this game. EG have played their strategy beautifully.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Even if you want to focus the silencer now, the guy he bought a Ghost Scepter. So Void, Mr. Physical Damage, can't really do anything up against him. And Wind Ranger, who's also turning into a physical damage because the power shot's not enough damage, also can't kill off Zai. So they can't focus him. And you saw him. Burning was inside that Chrono for the full duration. There was little time lost. He attacked directly into the Razor, and Mason tanked the entire thing. And that was before he actually has the Aghanim Scepter, which now he does. How do you kill him? I don't think you can.
It's a big problem that DK have right now is that they simply lack damage. They've got decent controls, they've got a lot of AoE damage, but the single target just isn't there. It's the only thing they really have is the Skyrise ultimate, but it just hasn't been enough in this game so far. And if EG managed to get this, I think that could just be game. With an Aegis, it's going to be pretty much impossible for DK to fight into this. I wonder if they're going to give the Aegis to Arteezy here so he can just go frontline. Dragon Knight generally isn't the best Aegis carrier because he's a transformation hero, and it does indeed look like they will be giving it to Mason instead. Just carry on with Eye of the Storm in the range of the tier 3 tower top. It should be pretty easy. And wow, EG, they're looking like they want some of that top 3.
Man, they're looking absolutely fantastic right now. They just have to finish the job without getting caught out, and they could go directly in to the to the winners bracket final at least. But the top lane push is now coming, so Arteezy up towards the right side. The mid lane already pushed in, so no backdoor regen again. And the smoke mover coming out from DK, they're pretty damn close. Burning is trying to stay very much undercover here, but Mason's already triggered off the ultimate. In range of the tower, there's your boy, we got X! The second he jumped in, they can kill him off. The global silence Burning, he BKBs Chronos, but he's already dead! Prophet kills him off! Side is trapped outside, MMY, he tries to go on Universe, but he just gets obliterated. 3 heroes down, the top ranks will go as well, and that's GG! EG are through the winners bracket final! They will play next, and DK, a big ride out of China with Malaysia and Singapore influencers, find themselves being knocked down into the place where teams are eliminated from the international, where no team wants to be. But EG and DK come out. Still good sports across the board, but EG's confidence gives them a 2-0 victory.